talking sports.
Spectacular ocean views not far away from the home of the Florida Atlantic Owls, FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, where they hope this game lives up to the setting. Florida Atlantic ready to kick it off and get this game started. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Georgia's offense takes the field for the first time today. And here comes their leader, Jesse. He just has a way of elevating everybody's play.
And he's a point guard, too. So good at distributing the football, finds the open guys, and he makes this offense go.
Makes it go, and just, you can trust him. Everything is available. You're not playing with one arm behind your back. You got all guns blazing.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Ware. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Here's the snap. Ready to cut one loose. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls and fires complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. He wants to throw it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. The Owls offense will try to get some. First possession. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up with.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Now, I find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
They'll run it from the gun. Plows through the defense. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. When things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. On second down, he'll let it fly. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. They'll send out the kicker here. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They'll give it to the back. Sweet cut there. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Off play action. Had to throw it before he wanted. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, this quarterback's already taken a couple shots from the pocket. There's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. Makes the grab at the 30. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Owls. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're lining up to boot it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that game.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down at them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. grabbed in the backfield. It's Algier. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Then the short completion brings up second down. He's looking to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
No, it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mid on the football.
Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. Georgia sends out the punt team. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the...
He lost it high and deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
Another FAU.
They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. And the Owls will have it 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. That's caught. It's McKinney. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll go to the ground. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here.
Florida Atlantic, 17.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Unloads to the right. He's got it. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. It's good.
The kick is good.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. This pressure from the defense. It's overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to find his man on first down. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Right on target this time. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. On 3rd and short, the power run here. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give on the inside. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Yeah, I tell you what, these big-bodied tight ends that can catch the football in the corner routes, it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. You know, usually you got littler guys, it's hard. You got to put the ball more on the money, but this big dude can just go up and get it. You just throw it near the sidelines, he'll do the rest.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Baylor is having its way offensively, just marching up and down the field at a breathtaking pace. They're up by 22 over UCF. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. The #1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my #1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive.
Oh, trickeration. He's throwing it. And he makes the catch. Now can he get to the sticks? This should be the last play of the quarter. They get in the backfield and make the play, and that's how they'll finish off this 3rd period. And guys, Florida Atlantic has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
24, Georgia, 6.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ware. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quickly complete. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Nice execution by the offense on 3rd down, understanding what they had to do to get the first down, pass complete, move the sticks, new set of downs.
The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. They get him down, but not before he picks up 5 down to the 17-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Bully ball on 3rd and short. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that 1st down on that one play.
Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Dogs!
Georgia. Number 4.
Ready to try the point after. And after making the extra point, they're down 24-13. They didn't have to cover a ton of ground, moving at 33 yards. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Snags it over the middle.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Going for it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, Georgia.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Got a man. It's Ware. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. He will not get it. A fourth down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Little touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And the pummeling has started. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Florida Atlantic, 38, Georgia.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
And that's good enough for a first down.
To the air on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. He'll try to do it himself. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
They're bringing heat. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You can tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make.
He unleashes a long one. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Let's go. Wants to throw on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. And the pass is incomplete, and that's going to be the final play as this game is over. This is what an elite team does. They know their best.